So here's a fact. In a war with yourself, you always lose. And in fundraising, that war often sounds like, I should be getting more signups. I need to hit my target. I have to pass probation. And every one of those shoulds adds pressure. And pressure holds us back and robs us of joy. Hey everyone, and welcome to this episode. Today I want to talk about something that affects everyone who wants to grow, perform, or improve. New fundraisers, team leaders, field managers, everyone. And it's in the way we pressure and push ourselves. That inner bad boss, tyrant, inner critic, saying you should, you need to, you must. And we think that kind of self-talk helps, that without that pressure we'll fall behind. But what I've learned personally and professionally is that it does the opposite. Now, if you think of high-level athletes at their very best, they're not tense, overthinking, doubting, or blaming the conditions. They're in flow, they're present, they're focused, they're kind of in the zone. They're not flogging themselves to perform, they're actually letting go. And yet, as fundraisers and I guess as human beings, we often act like beating ourselves up will make us better. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. So last week I had the absolute joy of working with the incredible team at Emerald Fundraising in Ireland. Massive shout out to Richard, Megan, and the whole crew. You made me feel so at home. You're such a brilliant team and you built such a beautiful culture. I did a couple of days of workshops and a ton of rapid fire coaching sessions. And in so many conversations, I heard a version of a similar thing. I need to do better. I should be getting more signups. I'm not doing as well as I want to. Now, this wasn't coming from leadership or pressure from the organization. This was that self-pressure, the kind most of us put on ourselves without even realizing it. Newbie or high performer, that voice doesn't care how well you're doing. It just keeps pushing. And I say this with zero judgment because I struggle with this as much as anyone else. Let me get really honest with you for a moment. Lately, life has been really full. A lot of great things, big projects, kids, coaching, travel, but it's been a lot and I haven't been creating as many videos that I want to. My aim is one a week, but some weeks it just doesn't happen. I just can't manage it. And after a couple of weeks off, my mind starts up. I need to make a video this week. I should have done one already. It's been a while. This next one needs to be really, really good. And suddenly what started as a creative outlet, as a passion project, becomes pressure. And the joy is replaced with dread. And then my motivation drops off a cliff. I take less action and honestly, I avoid it. Not because I don't care, because I do, I care a lot, but because the pressure makes it hard to even get started. And when I finally come back to myself, stop beating myself up, and rather just focus on creating something honest, something I enjoy, something that I care about, that's when the energy, the joy, and my creativity return. Now, don't get me wrong, this isn't about letting go of efforts or dialing back your ambition. There is absolutely a place for pushing, going hard in power hour, digging deep when the finish line is just in sight, chasing after those last minute signups with everything you've got. That energy really matters. It's not about whether we push, it's about how we push. Do we drive ourselves with joy, camaraderie, purpose, or are we our own shitty bosses using pressure, fear, and self-abuse? Fundraisers and teams who go far and long don't get the results by flogging themselves. They get them through celebration, through focus, through really engaging with their craft. They work hard, but not from a place of self-punishment, but from belief. So here's the shift. I'm not saying take all the pressure off and do nothing. I'm saying take the self-abuse out of it. Focus on the joy of developing, of getting better, of pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, not from fear, but from curiosity. And it won't always feel good. Growth is uncomfortable, it's awkward. You might feel silly, you might feel unsure. But if you stay present in that process, you'll develop faster, you'll enjoy yourself more, and the results will follow. So what does this actually look like in the field? Well, firstly, let outcomes be outcomes. Focus on what's in your control, your approach, your energy, your presence, not just the results. Secondly, deliver your pitch with passion, not just performance. Enjoy telling it. The magic is in connection and in delivery, not in the perfect words. And lastly, notice that inner critic. When you hear that voice saying, I should, I must, I need to, pause, breathe, and ask yourself, says who? Then come back to the process, come back to yourself, come back to the person in front of you, and enjoy the process. Now, pressure is not the path to going long or going far. Presence is. And if this is something you're working on, me too. This isn't a past lesson, this is a current one for me. But the more I practice, the more I remember. I don't need to beat myself up to be effective. I need to be with myself to be powerful. So on your next shift, notice the shoulds, the musts, the need tos, and try and release that pressure. Be present in the process and see what shifts. And of course, as always, stay inspired and keep fundraising.